What do you see? How pretty is that eye? Is there anything wrong with that eye?
All right, welcome back to The Blissful Athlete, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. As always, today I'm extremely excited. I have a good friend, Robert, the InfiniteCup, Cup with me. I've been wanting to get him on my channel for some time. And today we're going to be talking about iridology, which I really know nothing about. And so we're going to dive deep into that. Robert also does a lot of other things in the health and spirituality subject. You got to check out his channel on YouTube. If you don't know about that, the InfiniteCup, and you can also check him out on Instagram too. Are you on any other platforms right now?
Facebook. Download the podcast on iTunes, Spotify. We just had an epic podcast show a minute ago. You guys can check that out anywhere you download music.
Absolutely. And so today, iridology. What is iridology?
All right, I'm excited. I'm excited about this because, to be honest, a lot of people just don't get it. And for me, this is the most important thing when it comes to understanding health and especially detoxification, because so many people, are not happy. They're, including myself. I was diagnosed with irritable bowel syndrome when I was 16 years old. That's how all of this started, from the standard American diet, very normal lifestyle, and I just ruined my digestion, ruined everything. But I thought that was normal. See, I thought eating fast food was normal, all of these things, and it wasn't until going vegan, getting all these things, and all that is wonderful, until I got into the real high fruit, experiencing this high vibration by getting yoga, mirroring those two together. Because for me, I could have easily called my channel like Raw Vegan Rob or something like that, but I didn't want to just limit myself, because it's not just about the food, right? So that's a good segue into iridology, because everyone has eyes, and the eyes are a window to the soul. So what I do with detoxification, or just general talking to people about health, it's always their opinion, right? It's like, oh no, keto works for me for this, and like, oh, this works for me, and I only do intermittent fasting, blah, blah. Well, guess what? All I need to do is look at your eyes. I don't need any words from you, and I can see what's going on. See, it's a mirror to the body. Every single retina is a completely different, just like your fingertips, just like your DNA, right? So what gets even crazier is we have over 30,000 fibers, like those, they look like hairs of the pinwheels, but each one of those goes to a body part, right? Just like your hands or your feet, but the eyes just have so much more information when it comes to diagnosing the body itself and beyond. But again, detoxification is the biggest tool, because we're all toxic. It's what I call the toxic load. We're all carrying around a toxic load of some sort. The question is, what are you doing about it? What protocols are in your life to address this toxic load? So iridology is just, in my opinion, the best way to get information, to bring clarity on what's going on with your body. So for me, it was my stomach. Even to this day, 10 years later, I'm still healing my stomach and the issues that I created when I was a kid from the antibiotics and all the horrible, foods and things I put in my system that are still in me, that I have to really get out on that cellular level. And guess what? I'll start, blowing your minds a little bit, because there's only two original colors of eye, blue and brown. Okay? We're the blue team over here, all right? We got the ladies with the brown team. And I just want to tell you that are the only two eye colors in existence.
Wow.
Okay? So for example, I was born with hazel eyes on my driver's license, right? It says hazel. Why? Because the detoxification, the toxic buildup. So it's literally represented in the eyes. So 5 years later, all this fruit, all this fasting, all this yoga stuff that I've been doing, my eyes look blue. See what I mean? Like really blue.
Yeah.
And you can still see the ring around. It's kind of orange in the middle. You see that?
Yeah.
See, that's the mixture of the two colors. See what I'm saying? And I wish I would have took pictures when I was like 10 or 12 or 15, because they would not be this color that you are today. So again, you see yourself in the mirror. We all have eyes. The question is, what are you doing about your toxic load? So now we can kind of segue into that, because for me, everybody's detoxing. The question is, how efficient is your body at doing that, right? So we have the 4 pathways of detox, which is the breath, pranayama, meditation being the most powerful and most important. And then getting into the skin, sweating is number 2. Number 3 is the urine pathway, and then stool. So these are the 4 pathways that toxins leave our body. And I would say 70 to 80% of the population, those pathways are not even working. They're not excreting any toxins. They're probably just getting more from our environment, from the foods we eat, and it's a question, again, of what are you doing about this? Because I don't care what your diet is, I don't care where you live, we're taking in toxins every single day. And the question again, what do you do? So, get sweating, get those raw foods, get more fruit into your diet, get the lymph system moving. Really, when I think about detoxification and iridology, it comes down to the lymph system. It comes down to understanding that our body is a sewer. We have a sewer machine, right? We have over 80 billion cells that are taking in energy, that are excreting waste, and where does that waste go? Where does it end up? There's a reason why you're born with blue eyes and you die with brown eyes. Think about that. You're literally full of, like literally, like the intestines. Yeah, I know because it was a lot. Yeah.
Does he swear on this channel?
Literally, you're backed up intestinally, GI tract to the point where your body is so toxic that we cannot function. So if we want energy, if we want to be able to handle, romantic partners, business relationship, anything in life, we need to address that toxic load and get healthier. Yeah. That's really what it is at the end of the day.
Absolutely, and my guru, he's all about cleansing and detox, whether it's the liquid diet, the Shuddhi Kriyas, Pancha Kriyas, so cleansing, the internal cleansing, the whole lifestyle, yogic lifestyle is all about squeezing and twisting and pushing out the toxins within the system.
Yes.
So my question would be, I guess, next is, like, if you were to look at my eyes, if somebody was interested in getting their eyes scanned, like what happens? So you take a look at the eyes and...
It's just a picture. You need to take a picture. We can put that in the description, but it's just a very specific picture because I need it very close up. We're talking about details, like there's so much information, it would take hours. And I do specific sessions with this, and it's something that, it's for serious people that really want to take it to that next level because you have to take the time. It's kind of a pain to get the photos because you need really accurate photos. You can do it with an iPhone. You don't need technology. I'm just saying it takes a little bit of time and patience. Once I have the photos, you can take action on the specific body parts. See, that's what we're talking about. I'm certified in Raja Yoga, Kriya Yoga, and yes, these actions, these cleansing, it's just important on a daily protocol. That's the thing is that bugs me is a lot of people think like, oh, I'm gonna go on this cleanse, I'm gonna go detox. No, you're doing this every day. And the question again is like, can we speed that up, those pathways up to where, you wake up, you're doing the pranayama, you're doing the kriyas, you're doing these techniques every day so you can get that energy and performance that we want.
Absolutely. Let's say somebody, they send in a picture of their eyes.
Yeah.
You're going to see 30,000 different
fibers.
30,000 different fibers.
Yeah.
And you're saying each fiber can be dissected.
Yes, 100%. So you can, just for the video, for like a vague thing, think of it like a bicycle wheel, and you have like 10 and 2. So at every point, there's a meridian of energy that correlates to that particular part of the body. So starting from the center, the black, the pupil, that's like our core. And then you radiate out. The lines in the middle, like with my eye, you see the orange, that's my stomach. See, that's trapped. That's the sulfur trapped in my stomach right now that I've been cleansing for this whole process since I've discovered this maybe 9 years ago. So again, it's really just, we need that clarity first. Because again, a lot of people are just detoxing or doing these cleanses and things, but they're not addressing particular points in their body. So that's really where the magic of iridology is, because once you know what's ailing you, then your progression, your healing journey is just going to be that much more escalated.
What's the origin of iridology?
It is so old. So it actually was used in our Western medical system in the early 1900s. It's actually really funny when you think about it, because anything with this much legitimacy has obviously been corporatized, right? Like basically it's so legit, it's so amazing. You can look up Dr. Bernard Jensen. He's probably my favorite when it comes to reading books and pioneering this. And this is like the early 1800s as far as really getting popular in the mainstream. But in the early 1930s, guess what? Doctors stopped using it because pharmaceutical companies came into play. So this whole shift, with the Industrial Revolution happened, and it created, corporatism and like getting money for something, and it kind of lost the integrity of health and real, longevity. That's what we're all about at the end of the day. So it is still used by a lot of people, and there are a lot of doctors, clinically trained doctors that use it, but in the current mainstream, it's not recognized at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this is an Ayurvedic practice?
100% in Ayurveda, 100%. So in Ayurveda it goes even further. They can diagnose from your lips, they can diagnose from your tongue, the exact things that I'm talking about. So it's really just a matter of, again, bringing clarity to that part of the body so you can bring that back into balance so you can feel good. Yeah. So for me, like I said, my journey, like I was doing all kinds of things, and now I'm focusing just on the stomach, just on specific herbs and protocols for my stomach, because that's my karma. That's what I need to target in this life.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. One last question I would say is, like looking at my eyes.
Yeah.
What can you say in looking at my eyes?
Yeah, you have amazing genetics. So the first thing is, a lot of the fibers, a lot of people get loose. Like literally the body crumbles from detoxification, endocrine disruptors. There's so many things in our environment that are not, healthy for us. So looking at you, you've done a lot of work on yourself. See what I mean? I can see it in your eyes. So it's a progression because we have genetics specifically with 7 generations. So you have your body from 7 generations, and everything you do in this life goes for the next 7 generations. So that's what fuels me to work on my body and cleanse and purify myself, because my son and future generations are only going to benefit from that. So yes, you have blue eyes, obviously, and vibrant blue eyes. So that's number one. A lot of people, like I said, like including myself, have green eyes in the beginning and things. So you can tell it's a combination of the two from the toxicity, right? The next thing that I would say for you, you have a large skin ring on the outside of your eye. That means your skin is not filtering the way it could be.
Okay.
So you can see it on mine too. It's not as dark as yours, but the white part that goes into the color part, you should not see any difference. It should just be pure color.
Okay.
You have a dark ring that goes all the way around your eye.
Okay.
That's your skin. It's just clogged up. It's just you need to sweat more. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah. And the only thing too, if you ever notice anybody, I can't help this now, but you'll see dark spots. Okay, like little spots that are black and dark. I have one. You can barely see it at 2 o'clock. Yeah, you're 2 o'clock. Barely see it. It's a dark spot. You have one at 6 o'clock and at 3 o'clock. And what these are the drugs or antibiotics that we had as a kid or whatever when we just didn't know. I'm just talking about severity. That's like the one thing that takes the longest to detox from our body. So the next thing I mentioned was the clock, right? The pinwheel. So because you have it at 6, that's lower body. So I need the graph over my computer to get like an exact reading. But with this, you think of it like the top of the eye is your head, and then the bottom of the eye is your lower body. So like I said, that dark spot is right at 6 o'clock, and then you have a lesion at 3. So actually that's your lungs. That's your lungs on the right. Okay, the other thing is each eye correlates to each side of the body, right? So your right eye is like your right lung, your right kidney, your right adrenal, all of those things. Your left eye correlates to the left side of your body. So that's your left eye. So your left lung is detoxing and doing some extra work than your other lungs. See what I'm saying?
Interesting.
And these subtle little things over time, you can speed up that detox pathway, like I mentioned, and target this, and that way your performance increases. I can do a pretty good reading now, but trust me, the dialed in reading on the computer is really, I can talk for hours about the information that's available there. And then it's about tying in the herbs and specific protocols for that part of the body, like the lungs, eucalyptus, right? Getting into the bath, getting into the sauna, getting that eucalyptus oil to really expand the lungs. Doing that compared to just a sauna, way better for you.
So awesome, thank you. So if you're wanting to get a deeper look into your eyes, into your iridology reading, is that what you call it?
Iridology readings, yeah.
Then definitely check out
Yep.
the InfiniteCup. Thank you for that quick little reading as
no
well.
problem.
That was a freebie. No, thank you very much for that.
Yes.
And is there anything else, any last things that you'd like to say on iridology?
I would just say, look at yourself, take accountability for yourself, right? Like get naked in front of the mirror. Look at your pimples, look at your moles, look at your, everything. Call yourself out, right? It's not about like getting abs or whatever. It's about what's on the inside, right? The body is always trying to tell you something. So if you have a pimple or a mole or what, there's something going on there. There's an imbalance. So just look at yourself and address it. That's all. There's no shame, there's no guilt, there's no judgment here. It's just literally the body is trying to tell you something here. And if you look in the mirror every day and you see all these things in your eyes, you don't have that vibrant, beautiful energy that you're looking for, you should address that.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for coming here.
Yes,
this was absolutely incredible. Again, check out Robert's channel, The InfiniteCup, basically on all social media platforms. He's got some cool stuff there. Thank you very much for checking out this video as well. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and hit the bell icon, and leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you want to get your eyes checked or what your eyes are telling you as well. Thank you very much for tuning in. As always, everybody, take care and be blissful. Nithyananda.